Good reaction on your share price this morning. L'Oréal shares up 6% after you delivered revenue growth of 7.5% in the third quarter.
7.8.
7.8% in the third quarter. So has luxury in Asia and travel retail been enough to compensate the softness we keep seeing in the US?
It's not only luxury in Asia, it's total Asia on all divisions. It's travel retail, you're right. It's e-commerce plus 50%. It's luxury all in all. It's active cosmetics. It's skincare. So there are 6 very strong growth drivers, and we are overperforming on these 6 growth drivers. So this is really pulling the growth very nicely.
We're seeing double-digit growth in Asia, for example. However, still a slight decline in North America and a very small growth in Western Europe. Are we going to see this double speed growth trend continue well into 2020?
We don't know yet, but probably growth in Asia will go on. You know, there is a very strong boom in Asia, and not only in China, by the way. It's true in Indonesia, in Malaysia, in Thailand, Philippines, everywhere. And even Japan and Korea are doing pretty well for us right now, double-digit growth. So that's good. Western Europe, in fact, is a bit better than before. We recorded a plus 3.5% growth, which is not bad, considering that the markets are pretty flattish. And North America, I think, is a temporary drag. The market is positive. We have been a bit under the market, but we are doing everything it takes to fight back and
So what are you
doing
again in North America to address these issues? And when do you actually see a turnaround there?
In fact, in North America, we have 2 divisions that are doing very well. It's the professional division and it's active cosmetics division that are really above their market. We have 2 other divisions that are a bit below their markets, consumer and luxury. And you know, we are doing what we know what to do in terms of new launches, new innovations, better communication, better commercial excellence. And we are pretty confident that not this year, because the year is almost over, but next year we're going to see some improvement.
New product launches including Idol by Lancôme, Libre by Yves Saint Laurent in terms of fragrances. Are we going to see these new launches continue to drive growth into 2020?
I think so. You know, we are very happy and satisfied with the launches that we did on the fragrance side. Idol by Lancôme is a huge success. In many countries, #1 or in the top 2. And also, it doesn't cannibalize at all La Vie est Belle, which is a very strong Lancôme fragrance. Same for Libre from Saint Laurent. So these 2 fragrances are very strong. We are launching also now a new Valentino fragrance. And we have also, probably very soon, the acquisition of the 2 fragrances from Clarins, Mugler and Azzaro. So we are really beefing up our fragrance portfolio in order to maximize the opportunity there.
One disruption in Asia could actually come from the Hong Kong protests we've been seeing. Has this impacted your business in Hong Kong?
Of course, it has impacted our business in Hong Kong because retail is very difficult in Hong Kong. But globally speaking, in Asia, we don't see any slowdown.
Even in China, we're seeing tariffs by the US on as much as $360 billion of Chinese goods. You're going to China next week with President Macron. Do you feel any impact of this trade war on the growth in China?
No, really not. The growth in China for us is still very dynamic. You know, the growth that we are enjoying in China is mostly due to the appetite of the new generation of young Chinese people for this kind of products, for beauty products, for luxury beauty products, and this is not going to stop soon. So we are very confident.
So still double digit in China in 2020, all the way into 2020?
I believe so.
Even though economists now see a 20% risk of recession in China within the next 12 months. So you think they're wrong?
Well, 20% is not 100%. And I don't know. No one knows. You know, the Chinese economy is pretty strong, and there is also 80% chances that there will be no recession, or and you know, even if there was a slowing down, our categories of products are often pretty immune to this kind of recession. So I'm very confident that in the middle term and even long term, the growth in China will be continued.
In Europe, Brexit was supposed to happen tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Are you following the developments closely, or are you just tired of it?
No, I'm not tired of it. You know, I have to follow them, but to be honest, I'm not impatient. And also, anyway, we're ready. We have been ready now for 2 years. As I explained to you last time, we have always thought that this Brexit story would not be an easy one. So we prepared for the worst, and so whatever happens, we are ready. And the good thing is that despite all this turmoil, our business in the UK is doing pretty well.
Are you actually holding some investment decisions or product launches in the UK because of Brexit?
No, not at all. Not at all. We are. It's business as usual. We invest, we launch, we recruit, we develop, and we will adapt. And as I said, we are pretty happy. We are growing faster than the market in the UK in this first 9 months. So everything is okay.
Are you hopeful this new delay until the end of January will actually change the possible outcome of Brexit?
You know, that's the decision of the British people. Personally, I hope so, because I think it's a bit sad for Europe. But it's their decision.
In the rest of Europe, are you feeling any kind of softness as well, and a slowdown, for example, in the consumers division?
Not too much. In fact, the market is not really growing very fast in Western Europe. We know that. But still, it's pretty, I would say, more positive than it used to be. Even in France, getting a bit improvement, and we are getting share. And as we are already 3 times bigger than a number 2 competitor, you know, this adds to our critical mass, and I think that for us, it's pretty positive.
More generally, are you feeling any increased competition, for example, in hair care from Procter & Gamble, for example?
Not more than we have been feeling for many years. You know, it's a competitive market, and anyway, we welcome competition. For us, competition has always been a good stimulus. So.
But is there price pressure at the moment more than it used to be?
No, really not. You know, this market, the beauty market, is not a market. It's not too much promotional. It is not about trading down. On the contrary, it's more about trading up. Consumers are more interested by more quality, more benefits, and they are ready to pay more if you bring them this additional quality.
We talked about acquisitions you've made recently in fragrances from Clarins. What's next on your radar? In what region? And are you looking at fragrances a bit more, or some luxury brands?
You know that I cannot comment on this because, of course, it will reveal some secrets. So I cannot say, but we are always, you know, looking for good opportunities. We pass on opportunities that we think are not right. That's why there has been a few deals that we didn't want to make. But we are always ready for good opportunities when they come.
Geographically, are you looking at any specific region at the moment? Are you do you want to increase even more your reliance on Asia, or are you trying to look elsewhere?
We are very open, and you know, you cannot decide in advance where the opportunities will arise from. So we are open, and of course, every time there is an occasion, we really study it carefully to make sure that it's a long-term good investment.
Will you be open to sell some brands in the US, given the softness on this market?
But you know, our brands are international, so we don't have a specific US brand, so it's not. There is no question about that.
Finally, have you already met with the new CEO of Sanofi, Paul Hudson?
Very shortly. very shortly, and I wish him good luck and great success.
So you haven't met yet?
Shortly. So that's a short.
Like today?
No. I mean, we had a short meeting, but I intend to, of course, to meet with him. I want to let him first understand the business and drive the business, and then we will meet. But again, we welcome him and we wish him good luck. It's an important responsibility.
Should we expect any update on this tech situation, say over the next quarter or so?
Of what?
Of the stake you have in Sanofi.
No,
Should
I
we
don't
expect
think so.
any changes?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I will let you know first if something happens.